7th in turnovers. I knew you was going to say that. So
y'all just connect.
Y'all got the nugget ready for you. All right, we will be here at halftime. Please go and enjoy the game. We got Mark Jones, Mark Jackson, Jeff Van Gundy on the call in Phoenix with those 11,000 fans. It's going to be a good one.
Nice outside. Boat shoes.
Maria, here they're saying rally in the valley. Welcome everyone to Phoenix. A benevolent sky spattering down on this large city. And we're at the corner of Taurasi Way and Jefferson at Talking Stick Resort Arena. The Los Angeles Lakers beginning the defense of their NBA championship in Game 1 against the Phoenix Suns. And isn't that a sight for sore eyes? Fans coming into the arena. Here's a look at the brackets. Portland winning on the road last night behind Carmelo Anthony's 18 off the bench. Utah and Memphis play later. Dallas winning as well against the Clippers in Los Angeles. LeBron James playing against his best friend Chris Paul for the first time in the postseason. A couple of 36-year-olds, both with a lot of tread left on their tires. Chris Paul, an 11-time All-Star, looking to rewrite some of his recent playoff history and chasing that elusive ring. Yeah, you can hear the roar. Isn't that great? Isn't that awesome? Hello, everybody. I'm Mark Jones, Jeff Van Gundy, Mark Jackson, Rachel Nichols joining us in just a bit. The Los Angeles Lakers, Mark, come in on a 6-game winning streak, but there's questions abounding about the relative health of LeBron James and Anthony Davis. But the biggest task in the NBA is beating a LeBron James playoff team.
When they're healthy and whole, the dynamic duo has to be dealt with. 63 combined games missed during the course of the season between Davis and James. 75% of the time when they suit up together, they're a different basketball team. They win 75% of the time because of their presence, their effectiveness, and their efficiency. But highlight the guy that matters most. That's LeBron James. Take a look, Exhibit A, against the Warriors. Season on the line, or seed on the line. His vision, his playmaking ability, making guys around him better. Take a look at this pass where only one guy can catch it. That's his teammate Kuzma. Puts it on point, on target, puts him in position to be successful. And this looks like a young LeBron James. Active defensively, off to the races. A locomotive, full head of steam, and can't be stopped. And when it matters most, give him the basketball and get out of his way. 1.9 seconds to go on the shot clock. It's the biggest shot of the night. Flat out got it done. But it's about health for the Lakers.
Guys, the Phoenix Suns are one of the best stories in the NBA this year. 2 years ago, they only won 19 games. This year, 51 games on the backs of Chris Paul, the 11-time All-Star, and Devin Booker. Chris Paul chasing that elusive ring. Devin Booker, Jeff, playing in his first playoffs. That is our Good Hands play, brought to you by Allstate.
Well, when they got Chris Paul in a trade from Oklahoma City, they got not only a great player, winner, but they got the perfect complement to their young star Devin Booker. When he takes two defenders on, Booker spotted up at the 4-point line, he gets right into that mid-range and he knocks it home. When Booker's doubled, he can relieve that pressure to Chris Paul. He doesn't turn it over. He makes the right decisions. He's got to stay aggressive scoring. And they are both the masters of the mid-range, which becomes even more important come playoff time. They can get to their spots, raise up, and knock it in. These numbers don't even begin to tell the story about how head coach Monty Williams and these two great stars have turned around the entire Phoenix Suns organization.
There has been a major cultural shift from top to bottom here in Phoenix, and Rachel Nichols has more on that.
Thanks, Mark. It is hard to overstate what a turnaround it's been for this franchise, and yes, a big chunk of credit goes to Chris Paul, who GM James Jones told me has been a force of nature since the minute he was traded here this offseason. And this is nothing new for Chris. You can take a look at how teams' winning percentages go up in the first year after he arrives, thanks to the way Chris is just all in all the time. Now, here in Phoenix, that's meant coaches finding him in the early mornings, poring over film with DeAndre Ayton, or once they get to practice, he's a relentless teacher. Mikal Bridges told me Chris has showed him how to use his voice better, make the opponent feel you in defensive situations. situations. And he's constantly building relationships. Chris told me that he and Devin Booker and Jay Crowder, they all live in the same neighborhood, so they're always at each other's houses. And just earlier this week, it was Chris who got the team together to watch Lakers-Warriors play that play-in game. In fact, Chris told me that, frankly, one of the upsides of having his family still living in Los Angeles this season is that while he's here in Phoenix, he's kind of turned his teammates and coaches into his family. And he promises you will see the results on the court today. So stay tuned, because the stars are out and they're getting ready to tip. This presentation of the NBA playoffs will continue after this message and a word from our ABC station.
Maybe you can show me how to love. Maybe I'm going through a trouble. You don't even have to do too much. You can turn me on just a...
The NBA playoffs on ABC is presented by Mountain Dew, the official sponsor of the NBA.
No one's around to judge me. I can see clearly.
Listen, how we got here don't matter. Nobody had it easy, but we made it. The job is not done. It's time to go harder, to perform at the highest level, to be legendary.
I'm trying to win. Don't care how I do it, just know that I did. I really encourage my haters to talk. Throwing that shade only keeping me lit.
16 teams left. 16 wins to be the best. Got my hands in the air right now, 'cause I just want to hear right now. I did it. 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 I did it.
It's the Lakers and the Suns as we welcome you to the NBA first round on ABC, presented by Mountain Dew. On an absolutely gorgeous day in Phoenix, we get set to run one between the Suns and the Lakers. Fans descending on Phoenix Arena en masse. And isn't it a great sight to see? Today's starting lineups brought to you by Capital One. First up for the Los Angeles Lakers, LeBron James in the backcourt with Schroeder on the front line, Davis, Drummond, and Caldwell Pope. Meanwhile, for the Phoenix Suns, Chris Paul and Devin Booker, a couple of all-stars in the backcourt. Jake Crowder with his playoff experience, DeAndre Ayton, and Bridges also rounding out the front line. 3 Phoenix starters will be playing in their first playoff game today, including that guy, Devin Booker, who said just a few moments ago that I've been waiting 6 years for this moment. And you hear a very familiar refrain from the fans. Beat LA, and we're underway. Chris Paul up court.